So if you have been looking on the internet and if you want to control that BS, here's all the information for the Samsung Galaxy S8 event, and I'm just going to tell you everything about the Samsung Galaxy S8 and the hardware unboxed event. And you guys can keep on watching to later in the video if you want to find out about my opinion. But if you don't, you can just watch the first part and get the info and go. So no BS. Let's start. First off, the S8 features a brand new design. That's what they announced. It looks super cool with super thin bezels and the curved screen. It's glass and metal, just like the S7, but it looks a bit more stretched out, and the bezels are definitely way thinner. The physical home button is gone, but a haptic engine will click when you click the on-screen home button to kind of replace that feeling of a physical button. And the lack of physical buttons there to reduce the bezels, according to Samsung, which is pretty obvious. The S8 also features something what they call the new Infinity display. This supports mobile HDR with like super high contrast and super high pixel count, and it's super sharp, and it looks like a very gorgeous display coupled with the thin bezels. This is what they call like seamless H2A display. That's just why they call it Infinity display. And yeah, that's one of the biggest changes to the S8 compared to the S7, and it's going to be the biggest marketing focus, I'm quite sure. The S8 will feature a Snapdragon 835 or Exynos 8895 CPU, as well as a Adreno 630 GPU or Mali T980 I think GPU. Depending on which region. If you're in the US, you're going to get a Snapdragon Adreno combo, and everywhere else you're probably going to get the Samsung Exynos chip. The Samsung Exynos chip is built off a new 10nm architecture, and it claims to be way more power efficient and way more powerful at the same time. The S8 will come with 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs or 128 gigs of expandable storage, and all the old features from the S7 like wireless charging, water resistance, and fingerprint reader will be carried over to the S8, which is definitely nice. The S8 will feature a 5.8-inch display with a 3000 mAh battery, and the S8 Plus will feature a 6.2-inch display and a 3500 mAh battery. Overall, the S8, Samsung claimed that when they were developing the S8's battery, they weren't pushing for immediate high performance batteries with like super high capacities, but they were trying to push for batteries that will not deteriorate as fast and maintain a high capacity over long periods of use. So that was their target when it came to developing the batteries in this, which is why it's probably not so big. Another reason why the batteries aren't so big is also because they don't want something similar to what happened with the Note 7 last year to repeat itself. Okay, and pricing for the Samsung Galaxy S8 is about $720 USD without contract at Verizon, which is kind of expensive, but with all the contracts, it's likely you're going to be super low price. And very accessible for like the kind of mainstream buyer. Software-wise, Grace UX has been updated with a very nice clean look, which is very nice. And Samsung has introduced a slew of new features, such as the iris scanner, which allows you to unlock your phone with your eyes, and Bixby, the new Google Assistant alternative. They promise it to be like Google Assistant, but one that uses more contextual information and hence more powerful. And they also placed a lot of emphasis on it. They even added a physical button for you to activate the Bixby AI assistant from anywhere in the phone, which is very interesting for them to do. Also, Samsung introduced some gimmicky stuff like new Samsung Health features, but they also introduced some very useful, interesting like software that you can see kind of the direction where they're going from with this. As Samsung Connect, they introduced Samsung Connect, which is designed to promote the use of Internet of Things devices, so like smart home devices, by allowing users to control their smart home devices with their Galaxy S8. And they also introduced something called the Samsung DeX system, which is very similar to Windows Continuum, where people can use their Galaxy S8 like a PC using a dock. And when they plug it into the dock, it will just act like a PC, and it will have support for many PC-style apps like Microsoft Office, like the full-fledged desktop Microsoft Office, which they worked with Microsoft to develop, which is interesting. Apart from that, the hardware unpacked event featured a new Gear 360 camera that supported 4K 360 video, and also a new Gear VR motion controller. They also announced a couple of like new content available for Gear VR, etc. But there's nothing else, nothing really special apart from that. So yeah, this had been all the things that were released in the Samsung Galaxy S8 event. This has been ZX Tech. If you guys found this video enjoyable or helpful, do like and subscribe and watch my other videos. And if you want to find out my opinion, you can continue watching, but if you don't, this has been all the info from the event, you guys can, as fast as possible, you guys can go and watch other videos now. Anyway, let's move on to my opinion, the part where nobody will watch. So in my opinion, this phone will sell well. It's definitely going to sell well. It's going to attract the mainstream consumer with how it's so eye-catching and so attractive. But as a tech enthusiast, I really don't like this phone. It's not impressive, it's not a huge leap, and hopefully that battery is safe. Well, Samsung really played it safe here. They just went for something that they knew will sell well, so they pushed forward with a very aggressive, interesting looking design, but they didn't actually push innovation anywhere else really. They used the same camera sensor, they used the same selfie camera sensor, and they didn't really improve a lot of things here and there. In my opinion, Bixby is totally pointless, and there's a lack of dual cameras. Performance is kind of promising and the screen looks amazing, but it's just kind of meh overall, not very impressive. It's not like the S7. It wasn't like when the S7 Edge was launched, which sucks. In my opinion, this won't be the best phone in 2017. It's going to be the best in design, but it's not going to be the best phone overall, because of what it actually is. Also, it seems the phone is going to be very slippery and very easily dropped, which is definitely a problem because it's just so thin with thin bezels, and the display is going to be weak and whatnot. So I think it's going to be quite a structurally weak smartphone. Hopefully that some of this stuff isn't the case, but in my opinion, it's not going to be the best phone. So yeah, this has been my opinion. If you guys enjoyed it and agree with me, you can tell me in the comments below. And if you want to watch more tech videos, you can linked somewhere on the screen. Thanks for watching, like and sub. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Alright, I say it event. Done.